The Issue of Time. This is an audio opinion article written and produced by Pierre Anthony and narrated by me, Andrew. Time travel is a universal dream of one day going back in time. It is a scary thought, because if you change the smallest of things in the past, you may change everything in the future. We are all time traveling, but not back in time, but forward. The concept of time is quite simple, yet incomprehensible. If one asks, what is time? Then thinking about it could become incomprehensible or remarkably simple. The argument about time is mainly to do with the author of time, the one that set the wheels, as it were, in motion. For argument's sake, we have two types of time. The one is the standard 24 hours that we use to discover where we are in a day. Then there is the concept of no time, or an infant standing still of time, or something that does not exist at all. For most of my audio articles, you will see that I use two sources. The first is the King James Bible, and the other is scientific thoughts. As with theologians, not all scientists have the same explanation, so I try to work with the more popular ones. In the case of theology and science, I try to use logic, or common sense if you want, and do not accept theories, but I do consider associations. Then I will rather say, I do not know, or I'm not sure. Time travel is a hypothetical concept that has fascinated people for decades. While it is not currently possible to travel through time, some scientists believe it may be possible in the future. If time travel were to become a reality, it would have a significant impact on our lives. For example, if you were to travel back in time and change something, it could have a ripple effect on the future. Alternatively, if you were to travel to the future, you could potentially see what your life would look like. However, time travel could also have negative consequences, such as altering history and potentially creating a paradox. Ultimately, the effects of time travel on an individual would depend on the specific circumstances and actions taken. The concept of time is a fundamental aspect of our understanding of the world around us. Time can be defined as the duration between two events, or the progression of events from the past, through the present, and into the future. Time is often viewed as a linear progression, moving in one direction, from past to future. However, some theories suggest that time may not be as straightforward as it seems and may be relative, depending on the observer's perspective and the speed at which they are moving. Time is also closely linked to space, and the two are often considered together as the fabric of the universe. Time has been a subject of study and fascination for centuries, with philosophers, scientists, and artists exploring its nature and meaning. Our perception and understanding of time continue to evolve, and it remains a topic of ongoing research and debate in various fields of study, including physics, philosophy, and psychology. Psychology is interested in time travel because it can shed light on how humans perceive and experience time. Time perception is a complex process that involves various cognitive, emotional, and sensory factors. By studying time travel scenarios, psychologists can gain insights into how people think about time, how they remember past events, and how they anticipate future events. For example, research has shown that people tend to remember past events more positively than they experience them now, a phenomenon known as the rosy retrospection effect. Time travel scenarios can help to explain why this happens and how it might influence our decision-making processes. Additionally, time travel can be used as a tool in psychotherapy to help people reframe and reinterpret past experiences and to imagine positive future outcomes. Overall, the study of time travel in psychology is a fascinating area of research that can offer valuable insights into human cognition, emotion, and behavior. Scientifically, or should I use the phrase, mainstream scientifically, there was this big bang, an explosion, and purely by chance the sun and the moon aligned in such a way that humans could use time to better organize their life. Complementary to this article, you should have a look at the article called 1 Second Away from History. Time has fascinated people since people were people. They looked up to the stars at night and they discovered common occurrences that signify a reoccurrence of an event, and as time progressed also worked out how it influenced the Earth at that specific time. People also worked out when the next event would be in the future. People, as it seems, have also over thousands of years discovered common traits according to the star month people are born into. I believe that the month you are born has nothing to do with how you are, behave, believe, and so on. The use of the stars to predict some or other life outcomes is unbiblical and unscientific and is not logical. A fortune teller is a person who claims to have the ability to predict someone's future through various forms of divination, such as reading tarot cards, interpreting tea leaves, or using crystal balls. They often claim to have psychic abilities or a connection to the spiritual realm that allows them to see into someone's future. However, the accuracy of their predictions is highly debated and often considered to be more of a form of entertainment than a legitimate practice. The simple truth about time is that it is set by God for people, but the extremely difficult part of time is when philosophy and science try to explain it. The Big Bang Theory is simplified for the general populace through school textbooks. However, the Big Bang Theory is extremely complex and very difficult to understand. The Big Bang Theory is a scientific theory that explains the origins of the universe. It proposes that the universe began as a single point of infinite density and temperature, known as a singularity, which began to expand and cool. As the universe expanded, it cooled further, allowing subatomic particles to form. These particles eventually combined to form atoms, which in turn combined to form stars and galaxies. The Big Bang Theory is supported by a wide range of scientific evidence, including observations of cosmic microwave background radiation, the distribution of galaxies, and the abundance of light elements in the universe. While the theory is widely accepted by the scientific community, it continues to be refined and tested through ongoing research and observation. The King James Bible states that God set time in the heavens so that man can organize himself better, paraphrasing. In other words, know when a year has passed, a month, or just a period. It is mostly used to predict the future like winter and summer. Naturally, spring was very important to everyone, especially the farmers. However, God did not just set time to use daily, but he predicted the end of time, or as it is more popularly used, the end times, by saying that when the fullness of the Gentiles has come, the last days of the earth will be. When will that be? Who knows? Science has predicted the end of the world by using different models. According to environmentalists, CO2 will kill everything somewhere in the future, while some astronomers predict that a meteor will destroy life on Earth. The difference is that generally, science believes they can do something to prevent a global catastrophe, while theologians believe that the timer is set and man can do nothing to prevent it. While science is a very, very important aspect of our lives, some have some wacky explanations of both the past and the future. While time travel is being researched, the naughty thought is that time travel is real. We are all traveling through time, and we are going toward the future, but not as the scientific movies portray it, but rather time is not standing still or moving backward, but forwards.